Live.
Okay. I'm going to start sharing it.
Go for it.
So.
I bet fan's not too loud. Probably is.
Yeah.
We have 2 watching.
Great.
2. Yes. Spoons. Spoons. Asian banjo. Yeah, you don't come up in here making requests. We haven't even started yet. You know, the show actually starts at 5:30. We get ready early, or try. You know, because sometimes there's issues. So, yeah. So we're going to do the deal. Can you hear us? Can you see us? All of that stuff. See what the lag is like.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. I shared to a bunch of places so far.
So. Yeah. Now we have 5 people.
I know, right?
Yay. I don't know who those 5 people are.
Neither do I. So.
Have you tried placing large magnets? No, that's silly. Ah, Brian's here. Hello. Howdy, howdy.
Eh?
Very nice.
This video embed stopped working. Well, then I guess Tumblr doesn't like YouTube. So, fine.
Well, it does, but it doesn't like live. It doesn't do live streaming.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. All right. The old iPad's at 16%, so let's hope that thing works.
What?
Yeah. Brought to you by D's Nuts.
Killing me.
Yes.
Call it off. Let it go.
All right.
All for nothing. I should have known. I made mistakes. Crashed and burned.
There we go. Just in case nobody cared.
What?
Beef stew is for dinner.
Ew.
No time to love.
Does that sound like fire?
I need to find another
No.
way.
What does that sound like?
Fire. Ooh, that's right. Can't wait to see what we see. I hope that's not the title. Because I updated everything.
Yeah.
Yep. I have this set for low latency. It's best for near real-time interaction with minimal playback buffering.
Oh.
Ultra low latency does not support DVR, closed captioning, 1440 or 4K resolutions.
Okay.
Peppermints.
Man, I should have got those.
I know.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Instead, I have a super strong, what do you call it?
Cough drop.
Yeah, cough drop.
Cough drop. Ah, very nice. Good. I'm glad it's been updated.
Time to go.
What? Give your videos a brand new sound with our latest tracks. We've just added copyright safe songs. What?
Where is that comment?
It's on my watch page since I'm running this through YouTube's.
Oh.
What's for dinner tonight? Why don't you look back on up there where it says beef stew is for dinner.
And homemade bread.
Dunk, dunk, dunk. Beat you to the punch. Yeah, that's true. And homemade bread. That was from Jessica. So.
Wait. I can barely hear myself.
Well, then you need to turn it up, bro. Bam.
No, I can hear you just fine. I can just not really hear me.
Well, if you don't see the red light in front of your face, then you're speaking to the wrong end of it.
You know what?
How about that? How about you squeeze the clamp and rotate the mic? It's like this. Squeeze, rotate. Squeeze, and then rotate. The red light must be in front of your lips.
Squeeze what?
The thing you get your thumb and forefinger on. Look. That, and then twist the mic. Okay. What? Do you... Oh my God.
You know what?
Okay,
I got
now,
it.
No, you don't. Now you need to push the cable back in because you've created a horrible buzz. Thank you. And push the foamy thing back down. All right, hold on. I gotta fix this. Stand by, everybody. See, this all has to do. This all does stuff. All this stuff that we've got stored over here. The mic's all broke, man. What did you do?
Nothing.
Yeah, you're right. You didn't do anything.
Turn it.
Okay, if you don't stop for about half a second so I can put this thing back together because this is a shock mount. Because it needs to be like this. I understand I twisted it. Just relax. Just a little bit, please. Killing me to death. See how all this was all...
Ew.
It was not fine.
No, and I wasn't going to say that either.
Ooh, okay, good. Good. See this part? See this? Mm-hmm. There you go. Perfect. Nice.
No.
What? You can hear yourself? Yes. Are you ready? Sweet. Why do you feel unsafe? Shouldn't feel unsafe. You guys are a bunch of wimps.
Mm-hmm.
Look at it. We got a bunch of people here. We got Jacob's here. Helen is here. Spoons is here. Mr. Hunter is here. Everybody's here. All right. Here we go. Not in front of the kids. I need my safe space. You guys are a bunch of wimps. Super wimps. There. Maybe make sure the phone's ready just in case. somebody decides they want to call. Just in case. There we go. That's nice. We can place what Spooner was trying to say.
What?
There we go. Did you hear him?
Message. I thought I was going to be live on the show. Very disappointing. Very, very disappointing.
See, that was Spooner being disappointed last week.
Oh.
Yeah. It pretty much didn't really have any impact on what was going on. There we go.
Message. I thought I was going to be live on the show.
There we go. Cool.
Okay.
All right. So we're ready. Are you guys ready?
I like peanut butter. I like peanut butter.
You're listening to the CreepGeeks podcast.
I like peanut butter. I like peanut butter. I like peanut butter. Peanut butter. I like peanut butter.
Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/CheapGeek. So, welcome back. It begins again. This is episode number 93.
12 monster myths, creepy Denver airport, and New Mexico space news.
That's right. Yeah. I'm excited. 93 episodes in the can, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's a lot.
it is.
Yes. Got some transitions going on here. We have, again, Sunday, we do the live podcast live, right?
Yeah.
Live streaming, doing it on the old YouTubes. Did a configuration change. Now, hopefully, since I tested this last week, if all goes well, and if you're watching the podcast live or the replay, the video replay on the YouTubes, you should be able to see what we see. So, for example, if I do this, boink, now you should be able to see our show notes along with some little things on the side there, like live from New Mexico, little logo action, and then down at the bottom there, a little sort of picture-in-picture of us.
Oh.
So when we switch, see what I'm saying?
Oh.
Yeah, neato, right? So when we switch and we show a picture or something like that, you can still see us doing the old PIP. PIP stands for picture-in-picture. So very nice. So, you know, that way people can participate, play along, if you will.
Okay.
See, watch what happens when I move stuff. Ooh. Yes. Slightly complicated, this sort of thing. But it's all for the greater good here, right? So we figure if we go through and make it slightly more interactive, you can see what we see. Life is good. So there we go. Doing live streaming again on YouTube's, on the CreepGeek channel. I'm sorry, CreepGeeks channel. That's plural, meaning more than one geek. So anyway, so what's this podcast all about?
Well, this podcast is a offbeat news podcast where we explore the strange, the stupid, paranormal, and tech topics circulating the web.
That's right. We talk about stuff that we think is interesting, and hopefully you will too.
And you can even talk to us by either calling the show live or leaving a message, depending on what our phone wants from us.
Yes.
That phone number is 575-208-4025.
That is correct. And we do have a brand new CreepGeeks Facebook page. Group. We just call it the CreepGeeks Facebook group. So you can join that. That'd be super cool. And that way you'll get notified when we go live and do the podcast. And if you're listening to us on iTunes or iHeartRadio or Google Play Music or anywhere like that, very much appreciated. And if you have a minute, you should take the time to come over and leave us a fine quality 3 to 5 star review. We very much appreciate it.
Yeah.
So there you go. So it begins again. So we need some thinking music so we can think about some stuff in there.
Okay.
There we go. That wasn't it. I can't see what I'm doing. It's too far away. There we go. All right. So as we go through the podcast, if you are watching live as we do the live stream and you have questions and stuff like that, go ahead and throw them in there. We will answer as best we can. And if you have an experience you'd like to share, you can certainly do that as well. You can do that through the phone number, which was 575-208-4025. You can do it in the comments, and you can do it in the live chat. So it's really up to you. We have multiple ways for you to give us something.
Yeah.
If you feel like sharing. So if you want to share and you want to be anonymous, just call the phone number and leave your experience and say, hey, don't give my name. I want to be anonymous.
Okay.
At which point we'll say, okay. Actually, we won't say anything at all. You can just leave the message, so you don't even have to talk to us. So that's kind of how that works.
Yeah.
All right, so now that we got all that out of the way, it's time again for the interesting random factoid.
Okay.
Yep. So this interesting random factoid is that there are only 2 body parts on the human body that don't stop growing.
Oh.
Yes.
Wait, does body parts like fingernails count?
No.
Oh, okay.
Body parts, like important stuff.
Fingernails are important.
They're not that important.
Okay.
I'd rather have the finger. If I had to have a choice, fingernail or finger, guess what I'm going for?
Well, how are you going to have a fingernail with no finger?
Exactly. That's the body part. See, that's the important part. The finger would be more important.
Gross.
So, anyway, there are 2 of these things on your body that don't stop growing. Would anybody care to hazard a guess?
Oh. I think she got it.
Nose and ears. Yes.
Yeah.
And you may have seen this. Have you ever seen old people?
No.
Have you seen how big their noses and ears are?
Yeah.
Huge.
I just thought that was because they were getting a little bit smaller.
Well, whatever, man. Either way, I think their ears and nose. And see, there's a theory behind that as to why. And what are you doing over there? Are you trying to cause a distraction in the show by inviting the dog to jump up here?
Well, the dog is under my feet right now. So she's...
Well, it's a possibility we have a storm coming. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically what it boils down to, your ears and nose don't stop growing. What are you laughing at?
She is very panicky right now.
Well, maybe you should pick her up.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Here you go, peeps.
So your nose and your ears are unique compared to the rest of your bodies because they're composed of soft tissue enveloped in cartilage. Okay, good. Lord of the dance. Let's be cool now. Let's not just destroy everything we got going on.
Okay.
Golly. Yeah.
Oh, Spoon says the reason that they keep growing is because God has a sense of humor. So.
No, well, Spoon would be wrong.
Oh, okay. There's science.
Soft tissue covered in cartilage, and basically they kind of keep growing. So they sort of stretch as you get older. Yeah. Most of your cells stop multiplying when you hit puberty. So there you go.
Yeah.
That's how you build muscle.
Oh.
Yeah. So that soft tissue keeps stretching and growing throughout your lives. So when you look at somebody when they're 80 versus when they're 20, they'll have more cells in their ears and nose.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why they have that. And no, it's not just drooping due to gravity. It's just basically that stuff is stretching along with them. How are you doing, Pepper? Are you? So Pepper is joining us there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There she goes.
Yeah. She doesn't look... Anyway, and for those of you who are listening through the audio podcast, we have a little dog named Pepper who has decided they must become part of the show.
Yeah.
Because the storm is coming. So there you go. So anyway, what'd you think about that?
I think that's
Give it time. Your ears and nose will be huge.
You know, I like ears. I think it'd be cool to have big ears, but I don't want my nose to get any bigger.
Why would you want big ears?
So I can hear you better.
What? Yeah, right. So anyway, I thought that was kind of cool. So that was our interesting random factoid. We do that every so often.
Well, Pepper, people are saying hi to you on the podcast. Say hi back. No. Okay.
Pepper doesn't care.
Yeah.
Pepper is doesn't care. Anyway, okay, so I thought that was actually pretty cool. So there you go. What do you think about that?
I think that's kind of gross, but interesting. So yeah.
Well, all right. I guess there's that then. So anyway, as we move along in the podcast, our next sort of thing that we have going on here is something I came across that was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's from theactivetimes.com, and it's 12 monster myths from around the world.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So I will transition so people can see what we're going to talk about next. But yeah. So when I looked at this, I was kind of surprised to see some of them and didn't realize that some of these monster myths are more regional, I guess.
Yeah.
But there's a couple I thought were actually pretty neat.
Well, I can see things being like regional. I mean, like the Loch Ness for the longest time, that's regional. I mean, only people over there in the UK knew about it.
Yeah, but you also have Champ.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think it's Canada or Okeechobee or Okanobe or Okefenokee, whatever the name of that monster is.
Oh. Okay. Well, the first one, that's kind of creepy.
Well, the first one is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one is, oh, hey, maybe I should show them. I could do that, right? Maybe I'll show them.
Yeah.
Let's see if this is going to work. Only the finest quality. Right. Okay, cool. Oh, there we go. Nice. Okay. So the first one is the Mongolian death worm. Everybody's like, I can't see.
Yeah.
I can't see. Bow. There you go. The first one is the Mongolian death worm. And the reason why I like this, it reminds me of Graboids. Remember from 1990, the horror flick Tremors?
Yeah.
That had Kevin Bacon in it. And that's about, Reba. Yeah. Reba McEntire was in it. And Michael Gross from Family Ties was in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And, they're the big prehistoric worms that would basically cruise through the desert,
Reminds me of Dune.
And they would hear sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like that. But, the Mongolian death worm, right?
Yeah.
Is said to have terrorized nomads in the Gobi Desert for centuries. So it kind of makes me wonder about that. It's like, what do they mean by terrorized? Because they don't really say, per se, what they're being terrorized or how they're being terrorized, right? But I guess if you look at it, between 1 to 2 meters in length.
Oh, because it spits venom or electricity. That's how it terrorizes them.
So, but it was between 1 and 2 meters in length, so it's about 3.3 feet to 6.6 feet.
Huh.
And it's supposed to be a red serpentine beast that spits, like you were saying, either venom or electricity, and it's deadly to the touch.
Yeah.
And it says numerous expeditions, one as recently as 2009, have attempted and failed to basically run this terror, right, of the Gobi Desert into the ground.
Yeah.
But they haven't stopped with the speculation. So, I mean, you think that somebody would have seen it by now. I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of find it unlikely, or maybe they're just finding really big centipedes or millipedes or something.
Yeah, that would make more sense. I mean, they got some pretty big ones around here, man.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
And when did...
In New Mexico, just in case you were wondering, we're broadcasting live from New Mexico right now from the dirt. So, yeah. Pretty neat, right?
See, Jacob, same thing. Desert worms, spice. Yeah, that's
it is kind of like that.
Brittany says it's actually from SpongeBob, so...
Yeah. So the next myth is the Nandi bear.
See, I've heard of this one before, and I thought it was kind of cool because it kind of looks like a creature that did exist at one point or something. No species of bear is actually native to Africa, at least since the Atlas bear, which was hunted to extinction in the 1800s, because 1800s is when the English colonists actually basically wiped out a lot of different animals in northern Africa. But the Nandi region of Kenya relayed reports of an apparent bear-like beast that locals spoke of with great fear. The animal, which the Nandi people called a chimisit, or carrot, was said to snatch children and eat the brains of livestock.
Brains.
That's not very bear-like behavior. That's more maybe even mountain lionish type behavior.
Well, maybe. But I mean, they've had an eyewitness account, right? Mm-hmm. They described a large hairy animal with a short snout and sloping shoulders in the 1900s.
Yeah.
But, this cryptozoologist guy, Carl Schuker, he floated a couple theories around about the taxonomy of the bear.
Yeah.
Which is like really what its species is, and he thinks it's more like giant hyena.
Ooh. That'd be terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I would be too scared of that. I'm just saying.
Well, this next one I would be scared of, especially the picture of it.
Yeah.
The Florida skunk ape.
What?
Yes. Known as the South's very own Bigfoot, the so-called skunk ape is a foul-smelling bipedal primate said to inhabit the swamps of southern Florida.
Gross. Sightings
of the hairy animal peaked in the 1970s, but persist to this day. Most recently with a purported video that was shot in June, near the Mayaca River in Sarasota County.
Whoa.
In 2000, an anonymous woman claimed to have photographed the skunk ape pictured above, or, pictured in the article, and submitted the photos to the Sarasota County Sheriff's Department. Cryptid researcher and co-author Lorne Coleman obtained the photos and published them on his website. Lorne Coleman, he wrote the book Cryptozoology A to Z.
Right.
He's pretty much well known in both the paranormal and the cryptozoology world. But this photo is just terrible. And if I saw something like that, I'd be very upset.
I mean, to me, it does look like an ape.
It does, but it also...
It kind of looks like Bigfoot, though, too. It's like, and the thing about the Florida skunk ape is, and this is the same thing that they were talking about with the other smelly ape that's like in Louisiana or Texas.
Yeah.
It has like 3 toes instead of having like 4 toes or even 5 toes. Yeah.
But you know why the 3 toes?
And the people were saying that actually look for these guys, that there is actually a difference. Or like these, they don't call them Sasquatch, they call them skunk apes.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that say, bipedal primate, And I actually watched a little documentary kind of thing on that where they were like, the guy was like, so what do you guys think about Bigfoot? And he's like, no, this is an ape. Ooh. We're getting big raindrops, everybody. Big raindrops.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I think the reason they have the 3 toes is so that they can stand on top of squishy mud better. So, because that's why certain creatures do well in swampy and beachy environments, is because they have less toes to distribute the weight. Yeah. So, interesting.
That's very nice. Yeah, Jessica heard the rain. Yeah, it's pretty loud. Yeah, a lot of times here in New Mexico, you either get like no rain at all or big giant raindrops that could turn into hail. So, yeah. And you know what I like to hear when it rains?
What?
Some festive Asian banjos.
One of these days, we're going to go international and people are not going to like our music. That's
true. I welcome that.
Yeah, gosh. Now, the next one is funny because right in the middle of the article, image not available.
That's because they haven't found it yet.
Yeah. The Oklahoma octopus.
Yes.
I've never heard of, but the lake it's located in sounds awesome. Lake Thunderbird in Norman, Oklahoma is man-made, and there's no known species of freshwater octopus. But that doesn't stop a recent monster myth from taking root there. In the lake's murky depths reside a giant killer octopus responsible for several recent drownings. The Oklahoma octopus, or an alleged population of such, has also been blamed for drownings in lakes, I can't say that, Tenkiller and Oolaga. So,
yes.
Lake Oolaga. Okay. Yeah.
Oolaga and Tenkiller. I'll be 10 killer, you be Ooliga.
Thanks. Or Omni. Yeah.
Omni.
So.
My coffee is delicious, by the way. It's really not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Now, we're not going to do all of these because a lot of these are just kind of dumb.
Yeah.
But I like the ones that have pictures. Like this one I actually thought was pretty cool. And I do apologize if you're looking over to the right where you see that dude with the tube socks been cutting his leg in half. You know, because they put those things on it. It's like 4 signs you're about to die of a heart attack.
Clickbait. So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But I thought this was pretty cool because Loch Ness is Nessie, and then Lake Champlain, there we go. That's what they call him, Champ.
Yeah, Champy.
Yeah. And there's been hundreds of sightings of Champ or Champy.
Yeah.
And even so much to the point where they made it the mascot of the minor league of the Vermont Lake Monsters and is celebrated at an annual like festival thing.
Prospero mentioned his, which is Ogo Pogo.
Yeah, that's what it was, Ogo Pogo.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Oingo Boingo. It's a dead man's party.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to do a little funny factoid about Oingo Boingo, but it went right out of my head. So, yeah, if I throw it out here later, it's because I just remembered it. So,
4 signs.
Danny
you need to buy
Elfman,
better
man.
socks.
Well, I mean, yeah, really. Danny Elfman, he did soundtrack to Batman.
Oh, yeah.
The first one with Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
What's everybody talking about a mukbang? I don't know what that is.
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Is there something happening in the chat?
Yeah.
What are they saying?
Someone said that our show needs its very own mukbang. And then someone else agreed, and I don't know what a mukbang is.
They're just making stuff up.
Yeah.
Like orang pendek.
That's not made up.
Yes, it is. The orang pendek. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, isn't it like the Bigfoot in
No, it's a small bipedal ape that is said to haunt the dense mountain jungles of Sumatra.
Okay, I was close.
Called orang pendek, which is Indonesian for short person. Right? The mysterious species is said by local farmers to not be more than 5 feet tall, have broad, powerful arms and shoulders, and is undocumented primate, if it exists, may be a new species of orangutan or gibbon. Yeah. And some cryptozoologists speculate it may be the surviving population of Homo floris, I don't know what that, I can't pronounce that kind of stuff, so I'm not even going to try. Florensis, which is basically a hobbit-like species of human that inhabited the Indonesian island of Flores as recently as 13,000 years ago. Yeah. What do you think about that?
I think that's interesting.
Yeah.
So, a mukbang is where you eat food and talk to us, according to Helena. So,
where we eat food and talk to you.
Yeah. So, on top of having Pepper here,
how does that work? Joining
us on the podcast, we would have food right here and talk to you guys while podcasting. Or eat food while podcasting.
That sounds delicious.
An online audio-visual broadcast in which a host eats large amounts of food. Pepper, are you up for that?
That doesn't sound
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. Okopogo, right? Very nice. Okanagan. How do you say it?
Ogopogo.
What? No, I'm talking about the lake. It's the lake in British Columbia. It's the home of Canada's most famous putative lake monster, Ogopogo.
Okanagan.
Yes, it's supposed to be about 40 to 50 feet long. Mm-hmm. And it's a serpentine animal that rose to moderate fame in the 1920s before being eclipsed by the Loch Ness Monster. Damn it.
Wow. So
hate when that happens.
It was known first before Nessie. Wow.
Yeah. Somebody's showing off. That's the way it is, right? It goes in threes. What's the third one?
Champy?
Yeah, it could be Champy, right?
So the
it's said to live near Rattlesnake Island. That sounds like an island out of the Goonies.
That sounds awesome.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, they got to go to Rattlesnake Island.
We should go on
the treasure.
Yeah. But, this particular monster, it's been the subject of First Nations people's legends since the 1800s at least.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a few grainy videos and photographs and anecdotal witness accounts usually by a large number of people at the same time. So that's interesting. Whereas a lot of Nessie reports are just one lone person. So
Nice.
yeah. And apparently Ogopogo is a mascot of sorts for the lakeside town of Kealona, British Columbia. And yeah, verifiably exists in statue form by the town's wharf. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So. Oh, there's another lake monster. Oh, okay.
Yep, not going to talk about that one now.
Yeah. But apparently lake monsters are popular. So, yeah.
I do like the Queensland tiger.
What is that? Oh, yeah. Didn't that actually exist, though?
Yep.
Yeah. So imagine kind of a tiger-ish type creature that is dog-sized.
Let's get old thylacine.
Yeah. So.
The reason why I like this one is because it actually does exist.
Oh.
But they haven't quite captured or got any more than just, like, questionable footage of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the nickname was Tasmanian Devil for a while. I'm sorry, Tasmanian Tiger.
Oh, okay.
It's a marsupial predator.
Yeah.
There's not very many of those. Marsupial predators.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like how your dog's just like, I'm afraid I will be very uncomfortable when I will sit right on your lap.
She's being so difficult right now.
Yeah. But they think they may have, the nickname was basically like marsupial lion, but they think that they may have actually captured like footage.
Oh, cool.
This thing really isn't extinct because that's part of it. They're like, oh, it's extinct. And I don't think it is.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's kind of like, apes were either extinct or never existed in North America, but we have Sasquatch.
Yep.
So it kind of gives hope to.
Well, I mean, if you believe in Sasquatch,
Yeah.
I believe something's out there.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bear. I don't know. I mean, because I think there's a lot of,
Yeah.
a lot of stuff going on with that. So, speaking of Bigfoot,
Yeah.
you want to talk about this one?
Sure. Wait, what is this one? Yeah. So Florida family calls sheriff over Bigfoot encounter. Yeah. Parrish, Florida, a family in Manatee County says they came across an unidentified biped. The mother of the family told BFRO investigator R. Monteith that they were driving on Highway 62 when they encountered the mysterious creature at 5:15 a.m., which is actually kind of late in the morning.
Or early.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, because a lot of these accounts are like 2 a.m.,
Yeah, well, maybe he's going to bed.
But 5:15, that's within, getting up and going to school hours. So, but in this instance, they were driving home from an all-night fishing trip in July 2017. The creature waited for the car ahead of them to pass and then ran across between our two cars. The woman said her husband also saw the creature, described it in dark color, huge and fast, and running upright. She added that it didn't have the shoulder motion that humans have when they run. That's interesting. It was running stiffly without any arm swing. The father, who also says he saw the creature, told Monteith that it had very long legs and that they noticed a strange smell that reminded them of polecat, musky swamp water, and sulfur.
Gross.
Polecat being skunk. So,
Yeah.
yeah. The investigator said that the mother reported the incident to the Manatee County Sheriff, and they were told that they had been receiving similar calls. And then last week in Manatee County, someone else claimed to have seen a similar creature back in June of this year. So, yeah, let's see. Oh, it's a similar account. Woman didn't provide a name, driving with her husband near the Mayaca River, and the creature showed up in June around 6:45 p.m. And the area was flooded on account of recent tropical storms. So
Gross.
yeah. So I kind of think that's interesting because June, July, that's pretty close together, same time of year. So, yeah. I don't know. What do y'all think?
I think there's something.
Yes.
There's actually an eyewitness
Yeah.
who made a sketch.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is how we can, if you ever see one, you'll know what's up.
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh. And That's interesting.
Yeah.
We might talk about that, Mr. Honer. So, yeah.
We might. But yeah, there's the sketch, just in case you were wondering. Like, hello. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
So anyway, there you go. How'd you like that?
Yeah, I thought that was fair.
I like it. It was running swiftly or stiffly without any arm swing.
Yeah.
Very long legs. Strange smell. We may know people like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pixar, it's not real. I kind of agree.
Hey, you take that artist rendering and you appreciate it. It's just all there is to it.
Yeah.
Yep. You know, funny thing is, though, okay, so you got the skunk ape, right? Mm-hmm. Spotted in Florida. Just general weird stuff, right?
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder because, like like this was brought up in the comments, in Western North Carolina, right? I think was it Marion?
Yes, it was.
In Marion, North Carolina, which is funny because we happen to have family who live in Marion, North Carolina.
Yeah.
You know,
cool.
and possibly a compound out there. But anyway,
don't tell them where our compound is.
I'm not telling them where it is. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's that whole area because Boone's not that well. Boone is in the same area too, because you can drop down to Marion. You can take you can go up to Boone, and you can go to a couple other different places as you're going up towards the mountains, where it gets pretty mountainous out there.
Yeah.
And there's lots of sightings out there. You know, we even read one about where the Army or Special Forces or something showed up. Remember?
Yeah.
Because the Bigfoots were like killing stuff and they showed up to take them out. You remember that? I do.
Yeah.
I think that came from Phantoms and Monsters, I think is where that came
that's
from.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. So evidently there was a ton of people that showed up to this thing. I'm not exactly sure how many. Maybe I can find a picture, but the only picture I've seen of the entire thing is just basically like a drone shot of a bunch of people walking around and a bunch of people complaining that they weren't able to buy T-shirts. You know?
Yeah.
Because it was like a festival. So, let's see. Maybe I can find a picture of it.
Oh, and you know what? We're technically breaking news about this because
breaking news.
CNN just posted their article about it.
CNN's lame.
I know.
If you watch CNN, you're lame.
Well, I had to.
All of them are lame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have to describe where Marion is because most people don't know.
Well, I mean, hey, NPR did something on it.
Yeah.
Like 11 hours ago, NPR.org.
Oh, there is a picture here, and I know exactly where this is. Okay, I'm going to put a link. Oh, I can't put a link.
Well, you don't need to because watch this. And through the magic of Boif, there you go.
Yep.
So, okay. So this article that comes up here, this is the first annual Bigfoot Festival in Marion, North Carolina.
Yeah.
And this is in McDowell County, which I'm sure they liked it, McDowell County, because they're, they need monies.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, I'm going to say, to say that until I see him, I want to believe. Until I physically see him, I'm going to say no at this point. Right?
Yeah.
So he's got a little personal skepticism. That's okay. But he's quick to support the Bigfoot Festival, as well he should, because this is a city in transition.
Yeah.
That means they're broke. Because it used to be they had factories there in Marion. There's furniture factories. They had the yarn factory. They had, they had a bunch of stuff going on.
Yeah, a bunch of furniture. Wasn't it 2 different furniture factories?
Yeah, like 2 or 3, actually.
Plus a stain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was also Mercantile, where they made like blankets and stuff. I think it's called Beacon. And at one time, in that little area down through there, if I'm not mistaken, they actually made guidance system parts and pieces for the Patriot missiles.
Oh.
But a lot of that has gone. It's gone away. So they're in transition because
they need a new industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anything you can do, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking about for those of you who don't know, I used to work that entire area after I got out of the Navy and moved to North Carolina. I covered basically from Hickory, North Carolina, all the way to Knoxville, Tennessee. Or almost to Knoxville, Tennessee. So I covered like Boone and Marion and Morganton and all these places. So I'm kind of familiar with it. But yeah, I know right where this is. And it's like we're getting a lot of life back in these old buildings and all that. And I always wanted to have like a like a building, like be downtown, because the downtown was pretty empty, and I thought it'd be kind of interesting. But man, they're charging a ton of money.
I know, and like it's messed up because a few years ago when we passed through there, all those buildings were empty. I mean, there was a couple. There's literally like a head shop and a used bookstore, and that was it.
Yeah, well, here's the reason why.
And I think it's
hip retail shops and microbreweries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so the hipster doofuses, they're coming in.
But see, it's funny that they're just now doing this when there's areas here in New Mexico that are very charming.
Yeah.
And they've been doing something similar for a long time. Madrid is a good example. They play upon the history of that particular area, as well as having what they call an artist colony, because it was done before hipsters, so it was an artist colony, and the same can be said for certain parts of Taos.
I think they called them beatniks back then.
Yeah, and Mountain Air, the same way, very funky, older area that almost went ghost town and has been trying to revitalize. But this is on the East Coast. There's more out there. I wish Marion, North Carolina, the best. I think it's got a chance. And plus it's more accessible than driving out to the middle of nowhere in the Southwest.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah.
Well, I'm excited by it because I want to go.
Yeah, me too.
So if they do it again, which they will, just from the amount of people there, and most of these people did not come from that town, I'm going to tell you that right now.
Yeah.
You know, there's going to be, it's going to happen next year. There's no way.
Yeah.
You know, they're talking about different people who've seen different things. Once you've seen it, it's ingrained in your brain, you know?
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. And I think it's good that people can kind of get together, right? And kind of support the little town and all that stuff. But according to Bigfoot researcher Bob Trent, they may be the sound of a Sasquatch crying out, right? Because they've been recording strange sounds in the woods.
Yeah.
But he says that they have been unable to classify them in any way.
Huh.
Right. So he and his team, the Dirty South the Dirty South Squatchers, they need to get a better name. They use modified digital recorders with long-lasting batteries. Mm-hmm. They're carefully hidden, and they record forest sounds for up to 15 days at a time.
That's kind of cool. But 15 days at a time, does that mean there's compression or any audio loss?
I don't know.
Oh,
That's a lot of audio to have to go through.
Yeah.
But I guess if you're going to go through and look for peaks at higher frequency ranges, like where an ape or a primate would operate, you could probably find it pretty quick so you could scrub along.
Yeah.
But, they're trying to find out if it's real or not. So it's pretty, for the most part, it was a pretty serious sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this wasn't just like, hey, let's just have this festival and try to get some money where, you know, they're just kind of capitalizing off Bigfoot. I mean, they're definitely capitalizing off Sasquatch and Bigfoot, but they're capitalizing off Sasquatch and Bigfoot from the previous sightings that they've had, even recently. Remember that blonde Bigfoot?
Oh, yeah.
That old guy went out there and yelled at it. Like, he said, get on out of here, like that. And that guy, that's there.
And that video that went viral like 2 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. Where the guy, his dog ran out or whatever. I think that's fake, but anyway.
The mailbox one.
Yeah. But I mean, there's a bunch of these things, and they've been in the news a couple different times. So it's not like they just started saying, hey, let's just claim a cryptid and make that part of our town, you know? But remember, was it last podcast? They had somebody who called in a UFO.
Oh.
Yeah, remember that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the same area, a little bit further up towards Boone.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, I seen it. I don't know what it is. And Goodyear was like, no, that was us. It was a Goodyear blimp. No, that's us, man. But yeah, and he's like, I'll reserve judgment. But I think it's pretty good. So it didn't seem to be like just not taking it serious, just kind of yucking it up. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It was like they kind of, I don't know, it's just slightly more serious. I don't know how to describe it. You know, if you went and it was just a bunch of goofball stuff and all that, and you know, it was like they had good intentions behind it, not just like, hey, let's just purely make $1.
Yeah.
I mean, the vendors sold out of shirts like the first day. Like they didn't think anybody was going to show up.
Oh.
So.
See.
Yeah, and that's where everybody was all angry. Yeah. But they did have a Bigfoot calling competition.
But you know, I can't.
You know what that sounds like, right?
What?
Hold on. I have recorded a Bigfoot sound, okay? Mm-hmm. So I could play it for you guys.
Total bullshit.
There you go. Yeah. Anyway, I thought that was kind of neat.
See, I don't think it's a serious Bigfoot money grab, though, Dirk, because I have sympathy for these guys. They were putting on their first event. They weren't sure how big it would be.
It was all through Facebook, too. They're like, hey, we're going to have a Bigfoot thing.
And honestly, like, what if the Creep Geeks podcast tried to throw an event and we kind of sold out a t-shirt super quick?
Yeah.
I mean,
we don't even have any t-shirts.
I would feel bad. Genuinely. I mean, you guys know us, so all 10 of you would probably be like, oh, we get it. But I like to think of it being a similar scenario for these guys.
Yeah.
You know, they had no idea this many people would be interested. Because a good example, not paranormal, not cryptozoology, is very near there. There's a Cottonwood Bee Festival.
Yeah.
And the first 3 of them, like literally it was just the town and maybe some people from a nearby town. And then the one that we actually attended took up the entire region of both Cottonwood and Black Mountain, because Cottonwood is like a subdivision, took up the whole area, and there was parking nowhere, not even for locals. Locals started putting up signs, hey, park in my front yard.
Yeah.
You know, it just took off. They weren't expecting the sudden increase in popularity. So
But they'll be ready for it next year.
Yeah. Watch next year, $15 parking.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad.
Yeah.
Because, I want to go. I don't want to pay any parking.
And I think Jessica mentioned I would go to a Bigfoot festival if it was close. I don't need a shirt.
Yeah, I like that because Brian was like, t-shirts sold out immediately, and there's already video of the festival on YouTube.
Yeah.
Dang it.
I mean, if we ever did anything, we'll have our business cards.
We're gonna booth.
Yeah, a booth.
Yeah, we'll get a booth, and we'll put one of these little banner things up there, and we'll say Sasquatch/Bigfoot doesn't exist. Change my mind. Yeah,
That would be cool.
I think it would work. People would be like, "What?" Well, first off, here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And live stream that whole thing. So, yeah.
we probably have tens of viewers.
So, I don't know. I am very excited. I want to go to the next one.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, we were talking before about the Bigfoot running across the road.
Yeah.
And then we actually, before that, talked about the skunk ape.
Yeah.
And then we're going to take a little break and come back. But when we come back, we're going to talk about there's a skunk ape actually spotted in Florida. So, yeah, there's that. So, yeah, you're listening to Cheap Geek Podcast. We'll be right back. Let's play the banjos again. You want to do the commercial or no?
Yeah. Audible is an audio entertainment that entertains, educates, and inspires. For you, the listeners of the Cheap Geek podcast, Creep Geeks podcast, Audible is offering a free audiobook download with a free 30-day trial to give you the opportunity to check out their service. To download your free audiobook today, go to audibletrial.com/cheapgeek. Again, that's audibletrial.com/cheapgeek for your free audiobook.
Yeah. It's hard to get that straight. We had the Cheap Geek podcast for a long time, and then all of a sudden we switched it over to Creep Geeks. Doesn't quite flow off the tongue. And it's hard to remember. But it's all right, though. All right. And we're back. Okay, so the skunk ape that was basically, this was in Mayaca, Florida. Is that how you say that? I don't know how to say that or not.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah. So a couple in southeastern Manatee County claimed to have spotted a bipedal figure they believed to be a Bigfoot. Right? Mm-hmm. So this was at 6:45 p.m. is when they seen this thing. The people. Because this lady was driving her husband somewhere. Right?
Yeah.
And basically, they say they're at Lawn Creek, which is near Wakula Road. And the road is being used infrequently due to recent storms. And she said, I looked to the left and saw what appeared to be a pile of dark Spanish moss.
Oh.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And she said, I couldn't speak. My eyes, couldn't process what they were saying because the shape was really symmetrical. And that's when she realized that she didn't, wasn't looking at a pile of Spanish moss. It was just a creature just standing there.
Yeah.
Standing still. Yeah. And so basically she told her husband that she'd seen a Sasquatch and they turned the car around, but the odd figure wasn't there. I couldn't see his face. It looked shaggy and matted, had 3 to 4 inches of wet, hair.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what is that? It could be a skunk ape, right?
Yeah. I don't know, though, because there are certain animals that will build a nest of, like, the swamp moss.
Yeah, but this thing was standing up, 8 foot tall. It's like wouldn't be a pile of Spanish moss, 8 foot tall.
I've seen deer get caught in Spanish moss. It's actually kind of funny. What?
That's not funny.
It is.
Poor deer.
Yeah.
I wonder if Bigfoots eat deer.
I don't know.
I'd eat deer if I was Bigfoot. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of crazy.
See, Spoon says sniper school ghillie suit. I kind of, feeling the same way on that.
Well,
yeah.
Okay. So anyway, they allegedly seen this thing, right?
Yeah.
But at the Mayaca River State Park, they spotted a strange animal running across a field, and they were able to capture it on the videos.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's see if this video actually plays. It should. I have tested this sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Ready?
Yeah.
Nice. Live footage from March 2nd, 2013. So hopefully this footage will be similar to what the lady's seen.
Oh.
Oh, man, we need some creepy music.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not creepy. How's that? Yes. Now, I will be honest, I have not watched this footage. So. Okay. At this point, several other cars pulled over and you started taking pictures.
Okay.
Well, what the hell are you looking at? See, this is what I hate this stuff. It's like, what are you looking at, man? They're like, oh, yeah, people start taking pictures of what? Show me. See, look. Look at them taking pictures.
Yeah.
Where?
Oh.
What? Matt?
I don't even see it, so.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Not seeing it.
Yeah,
I just see grass.
and different colored grass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Oh.
We had only our phones. We decided to get closer.
I still don't see anything. Weird.
Well, they got to get closer.
Yeah. It's just walking towards a field. I don't see anything. Oh, there we go.
What?
2 minutes and 10 seconds, you can see something running away. sorry. Yeah. So starting about 2 minutes, 8 seconds, you can see something running away from them. But to me, like the way it looks on this iPhone, it legit just looks like something bounding, something that's four-legged, bounding away from them. Like, I could picture a deer doing this.
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, and then using their iPhone footage, they circle it. Oh, wow. Okay, so there's one.
Well,
Yeah.
there you go. I'm completely underwhelmed by that,
Yeah.
although I am impressed that the video actually played.
Yeah, at the 2 minute and 50 mark, they show two kind of grainy photos that are actually not that bad, or grainy stills, I should say. Yeah, and I got some questions, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wish it was better, but it's not.
True. That's the thing about all of these. And plus, they were fully aware that they did not have good cameras. But in the footage, they show other people with some very decent DSLR cameras.
Yeah.
Why didn't they exchange contact information?
Yeah.
And go, could I see? Because one of those people had a very good lens. And I'm like, okay.
Well, the lens is better than his iPhone 4. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
I like this. I'm so anxious.
Yeah.
It looked like a bear. Is this Florida? It looked like a crackhead.
Yeah.
It's going to be a jump scare. Everybody's afraid that we're
Yeah.
going to do a jump scare. Man, I wish I would have done a jump scare.
Yeah.
So
Oh, my friend, one of my
that's funny.
Facebook hiking friends, he regularly posts, instead of scare videos, the video that as soon as you play it, it plays inappropriate movie noises.
Yes.
Yeah, and gets me every time because I'm like, ooh, terrible car wreck, or ooh, oh my god, it's new alien footage. No,
I always get caught by the Bigfoot caught on tape.
Yeah.
Where it's just a dude with tape stuck to his foot. And it pisses me off every time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what, Dirk? Don't get critical. A Sigma lens is still better than an iPhone 4. Okay.
Yeah. No, it was iPhone 4S.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But yeah, if they saw those other people with the better cameras, I would have exchanged contact information with them, said, hey, when you figure out what this is and blow it up on your computer, could you send me a copy or tell me what you saw?
Yeah.
And also, those people with the better camera, they would have zoomed, image stabilization built into the lens. They would have gotten that picture and gone, oh my God, I got Bigfoot. Let me submit this someplace. The fact that those people didn't do that, that's a red flag for me.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I mean, we don't know. You know, that's the thing about this stuff is like, you don't really know. Like, what's the motivation behind it? I mean, if it was me and I caught like Bigfoot straight up,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'd post it.
All over.
Like, here I go,
everywhere.
you know.
Let me
But
post
at the same time, though, what happens if you do post it? Because you're gonna have a whole bunch of people who are like, "Oh, fake," you know, all that kind of stuff, and
yeah.
you know, all the aggravating stuff that goes along with that sort of thing. But I would still do something. I would post it. So, I mean, why would you not? You know?
I don't know.
Yeah, pretty strange.
Yeah. Good point. People don't talk to each other anymore. I would, you know? Especially like, since I'm going to be honest, I'm pretty amateur at night photography. If I saw, or if I was in a group situation where I witnessed a UFO, I'm going to get somebody else's information. You know, did you see what I saw? Let's find out.
Like, what was that?
Yeah. Peppers being the most cumbersome Mr. Bigglesworth I've ever known.
Yeah.
You're killing me, little dog. So
Killing me. Yes. All right. Speaking of killing me, there's something that I've kind of read some of these things before, but this little article I thought was actually pretty cool.
yeah,
It's about the Denver airport.
we've talked about that before.
Yeah, it's because it's got weird stuff going on, like weird art and weird things. And there's the little article that showed up on Mysterious Universe, right? And it kind of talks about Denver International Airport's been the subject of conspiracy theories for years, right? Like the airport is kind of swastika shaped.
Yeah.
And they talk about, you know, how the design drew attention because of the shape. People think that there's hidden structures. You know, like there's a 7,000-foot tunnel system under there.
Oh.
There's more infrastructure than there should be.
Yeah.
You know, so basically going through and kind of like saying, hey, there's something going on with this. Well, even the airport itself acknowledges, well, yeah, it's kind of weird. You know, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So when you go through and you kind of look at some of the article, there's a couple of pictures I thought were pretty interesting. And since we're trying to let people see what we actually see.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. And they think that some of these tunnels, that there's more than 7,000 feet of tunnels. They think that it's connected like NORAD and then 100 miles to the south, right?
Yeah.
And some other places too. And there's some theories that it actually connects to some parts of New Mexico as well. Because of those tunnel systems, right? Like in Deming and all that.
Actually, wasn't it Dulce and...
Yeah, that's what it is. Dulce
Taos?
and Taos and Santa Fe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, but look at this horse. This is Denver International Airport has this big horse sculpture of this blue, veiny, red-eyed horse.
That is anatomically correct.
Well, I wasn't going to point that out.
Well, I am.
That's inappropriate.
Sorry. But, yeah.
Inappropriate.
And it looks like if your My Little Pony got possessed. It's kind of creepy.
Well, the thing about that horse is that it's supposed to be cursed.
Oh. I don't like that.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Because they said that it actually fell over and killed its maker.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is bad.
But the horse I thought was pretty crazy. Then the murals draw attention too, because it says people were perplexed by the strange apocalyptic work lining the terminals that seemed to depict the end of civilization.
Yeah.
With like a military, and see, to me, this is the military-industrial complex.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But a lot of people were like, no, man, that's the new world order that's stomping on humanity's face.
Well...
So some of these murals are pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And it says those murals were taken out earlier this year, but it hasn't stopped the conspiracy theories from swirling straight from the International Airport itself. There's a series of large signs put up around the main terminal construction, right?
Yeah.
It kind of was like, hey.
There's just too much going on in this mural, though.
Yeah.
Like, I am unnerved. It's got ruins in the background. And then it's obviously killing the Dove of Peace.
Yeah.
And... wow, those look like Native Americans, and then all sorts of races are depicted there.
Yeah, indigenous.
Yeah, and that uniform, yeah.
Kind of crazy.
That's creepy. Yeah.
So, and one of the signs presents multiple, like, because they're taking the stuff down doing construction, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, new concessions, new conspiracies, under construction or underground tunnels. Like, they're just like doing all this weird stuff. They have like images of aliens, reptiles, Lucifer. Right? The Doom horse. That's what they call that horse. Lucifer. Yeah, and they're like, what are we doing? Adding amazing new restaurants and bars. B, building Illuminati headquarters. C, remodeling the lizard people's lair.
That's an actual sign put up at the airport.
Yeah. Or D, all the above.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. So, and here's a picture of it kind of looking like a swastika.
Wow.
It's kind of creepy, right?
That is creepy.
Yeah.
So the signs are supposed to be in good fun because it's such a massive remodel, but certain people aren't convinced that those are all fun. One of the people...
Hey, they're just embracing the truth, right?
Yes. Len Horowitz, a retired dentist, naturopath, and self-proclaimed whistleblower, says the new marketing campaign rubs the agenda of the global military syndicate hell-bent on domination right into our hapless, impotent faces. Wow.
Yeah.
That's some passion there. It's right in your face. They've taken all of the quirkiness of those who are considered foolish conspiracy theorists and conspiracy theories and blended it into their mixture of propaganda for damage control. It's new. It's a very unique thing.
That's possible, right?
It's called a marketing spin. People have been doing it for a while.
Yeah, but I mean, what if the marketing spin is to, hey, let's just say, let's make fun of it because it's really real?
You mean hidden in plain sight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why would you not do that?
I don't know.
Dun, dun, dun. Kind of crazy.
I agree. So...
But yeah, that horse is nutty, man. It's something like that happened in Boston, right?
Yeah.
They painted these huge oil tanks, big old oil tanker tanks. And as you took the T, which basically still it's like the tram, right? The train. As you took the T in, to go into like downtown Boston, you had to pass these big oil depot tank things, and they were painted like red and yellow, and I think blue.
Yeah.
And they looked like these big paint smears on the side. But as you went by them, it's like the red one looked like Lenin. And then the yellow one looked like Mao Zedong. And the blue one, I think, was Stalin. They were painted by this big mural painter was a super communist. And so they're, I was like looking at them, and this lady pointed out to me. It's like, if you take a look, and, if you didn't know, you wouldn't know. I just thought there was some kind of like weird sort of pattern on them. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, much to the surprise of the.
Spoons has actually been there, and
has been where?
To that airport, and he pointed out. He mentions the tunnel where you go through on the tram has a very concentration camp feel, with signs that say "Get ready to work with pickaxes." That's a little serious.
Dun, dun. It is serious.
I'd be like, I need to speak to a manager.
There's no manager for you.
Yeah, and he agrees with the whole demon statues.
It's kind of creepy looking. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. You just put the dog down?
Yeah, she started clawing me because she either wants your candy or she's done, so.
Or both.
Yeah.
Gonna play some, this is our rant music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is very soothing for a rant.
Yeah.
So
I'm not trying to cause any problems.
Thanks, Jacob. So,
What?
he mentions that the stream on YouTube looks a lot better than on Facebook.
Very nice.
Thank you. You hear that, YouTube? Love us. We're great.
Yes, our heads aren't big at all. Okay, so anyway, this next story I thought was actually pretty funny, and I had a little bit of a rant. Because we have a rant section that happens in the podcast, and some of you guys may have seen this, especially on like the Facebooks, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right? So, this is for the Virginia peeps that kind of pay attention. Right? Okay, so this man in Henrico County, right?
Yeah.
Installs an electric fence near the county bus stop. Okay?
Yeah.
So when you first read that, you're like, what? What is this guy doing? So let me go ahead and show you. There's going to be the video that you can see with no audio.
Yeah.
So, because I tried doing the audio and it was like Inception.
Oh, okay.
So, like, okay, we got the person on the street. Here we go, live, and this is a couple days ago. Kristen Smith's like, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, they're going to have some footage of this country guy who basically, he lives on the corner there. He set up an electric fence because he was tired of these junior high and high school kids leaving trash and basically trashing his front yard.
Yeah.
Because the bus stop's right on the corner. So people were freaking out, right? And they actually called the police because they're like, this guy's got an electric fence, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, they didn't want the little kids to get zapped. So, and there's a picture of it. It's like, oh, it's solar powered, got a car battery, and there's the guy, right? He's got his dog and all that stuff. And, you know, and here's the thing. This guy is completely within his rights to be able to do this.
Yeah.
And he told him, he's like, hey, I'm not going to tell you how to raise your kids, you know? And And he's got signs up. He's got signs that basically say no trespassing, no loitering, no nothing of any kind.
Yeah.
Well, they brought out the people to take a look, and they were all trying to tell him one thing and the other, and like, you got to take it down, you got to do this. And he's like, hey, just show me where it says pretty much what I got to do.
Yeah.
Because everybody's saying words, and come to find out, for this guy, he did have the electric fence on basically off his property. The electric fence was on the county's property.
Oh. Okay.
So he was over a little too far.
Yeah.
And here's where my rant starts. This is guy, Wayne Milby, angry parent. He was like, what kind of, I don't want to see the kids get
Why
hurt.
don't you
what
like
kind
kids?
Well, yeah. And it's like, the guy is like, hey, man, I'm tired of picking up trash. My yard's getting trashed. He's got the signs up.
Yeah.
And if you're junior high and high school and you're trashing stuff, if you want to touch that electric fence, that's on you. And he doesn't have it set to where it can kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one time one of the dogs, they got bit by the electric fence.
Yeah.
And that learned their lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't kill him.
And you can't really, people were just hating on this guy because he put up this electric fence.
Yeah.
I say, good on you.
And
Get them rats out of your yard, man.
first comment, I am 100% with this guy.
Me too.
Well,
Because, if you've ever, where I used to live one time in the past, the bus stop was like right in front of the house.
Yeah.
And there was always trash and, kids, schoolwork, homework, just garbage, just, and they were in.
And then parents will actually park in your yard.
Yeah.
Which, I'm sorry, this is my yard.
Yeah.
And then they'll do something like flick cigarettes or coffee cups or whatever.
Diet Cokes.
Yeah. And
cans and crap.
Who's responsible for that?
Well, and here's where the city gets you.
Yeah.
If it's all trash, the city would go by and give you a ticket because you've got trash in your yard.
But then the moment there's a city problem, they're like, oh, well, we have rights to this up to 100 feet into your yard or wherever as dictated by your city.
The easement and the whole right-of-way thing. So,
yeah. So
I think this guy
just got sick of it.
Yeah. And I like him. He's like, hey, man, you guys tell me what's up because, he's tired of it. And I bet you them kids.
Plus, these are middle school and high school kids.
Yep.
Not, if it was an elementary, I'd kind of be on the fence about it. Haha, puns. But, elementary, they don't really know. Maybe they haven't really learned all the lessons their parents should have instilled in them. But these are middle schoolers and high schoolers. You don't throw your trash, or I think the worst thing I found in one of my yards once was an entire binder full of homework just torn up.
That kind of reminds me of the Facebook. It was a post from Instagram, but it came to Facebook where it's like, I hate this city, right?
Yeah.
It's like somebody put an ear of corn on his car. And they put the chewed up, eaten ear of like full ear of corn underneath his windshield wiper blade.
Yeah.
He was like, I hate this city. He's like, that's funny, man.
Well, because he was walking up to it after a night at the pub, and he thought he had gotten ticketed.
Yeah, and it was somebody put an ear of corn.
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of savage does that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're right. Shared space isn't taken care of.
Right.
They leave it up to the property owner. But then,
it'll become his responsibility for sure if it's trashed, because the code enforcement people will give him a ticket with a quickness.
I don't understand how the government and society, or the community in this case, has the ability to determine what you should or should not do with your property.
Yeah. Well, the only thing that they could do, because they were trying to tell him he had to remove it, that it wasn't allowed. And he said, I can do whatever I want. And the only way they were able to make him remove it was the fact that he did put it on, or he was too far off of his property on county property.
Yeah.
So if he wanted to, he could scoot the whole thing back like a foot and put it back up, which I would have. But then again, he probably proved his point. I wonder how many of these little kids kind of got zapped a little bit. But of course, the public was like, oh my God, he hates kids.
So while they determined it was...
He's trying to kill children with an electric fence.
And, okay, yes, it was determined it was on the easement. His property line is supposed to be well away from the bus stop. But, I was a little kid too. I ran all around the bus stop until the bus finally showed up.
Oh, yeah.
So I was a terrible kid. I mean... We had this one bus stop where there was a very big, almost like a ditch, and it would fill up for water during rainy season.
Yeah.
And we'd just stomp all in there and get all dirty and just track mud everywhere. So I can see kids being terrible and destroying what is actually your property.
Yeah. And not caring at all.
Yeah. Now, as an adult, I'm like, get off my lawn.
Yeah.
So
I'm that's kind of where I'm at too. It's like, yeah, they're not like little tiny little babies.
yeah, and
They're probably just
they took all these quotes from the parents and the neighbors who were outraged, but they didn't take any, like, you know, accountability. Like, well, have you taught your kids not to litter?
yeah.
Nobody asks that question.
They don't care.
So
My little angel wouldn't do that. That's pretty much what it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not my angel.
Yeah.
Dumping trash, probably out there cussing. Being terrible little people. Yeah.
true.
Speaking of terrible little people, New Mexico scientists are attempting to communicate with the Mars rover.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a storm on Mars, and they haven't been able to communicate with the rover.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not cool.
So, in New Mexico, because I put this in here because of space, and like New Mexico is kind of involved in space,
Yeah.
you know? So, but like for months, a New Mexico scientist and other members of a NASA Mars rover team have been monitoring massive dust storms on the red planet.
Yeah.
And basically, with the dust storms, it causes them to lose contact with the rover. So they've been trying to communicate with it, right?
Okay.
So basically, it's a 45-day period of actively trying to communicate with the Opportunity rover. And here's what the message is. If you hear this, send us a beep.
That's the message.
Yeah.
I find the dude's name.
We kind of do the same thing.
Yeah.
If you can hear us, give us a thumbs up, right? If you can hear us, send us a beep. So it's going to get this little,
Yeah.
yay.
The dude's name just reminds me of like an 80s sci-fi movie, though. Dr. Larry Crumpler. So,
Dr. Larry Crumpler.
Yeah.
So there's even like video. I don't know what the video is of, like what it is.
Yeah.
This is obviously, you know, an advertisement of a rendering, I'm sure, of what's going on Mars because there's no cameras up there.
Yeah.
Or are there? Allegedly, there's a military base up there.
Oh.
But anyway, they're like, you know, hey, if you can hear this, send us a beep. It's like, if you can hear us, just give us a call. So sad.
Yeah.
But I actually thought that was kind of cool, though, because it's New Mexico in space. Because last podcast, we did talk about the space station. Or not space station.
Spaceport.
Spaceport.
Yes, where we kind of went, what the heck with those ticket prices.
Yeah, it's like $60. What?
Yeah.
What have you actually done? Have you even put anything in space, bro? No? You haven't put nothing in space, bro, so why would I want to go? I want to see where, where they can go, hey, we actually fired off this big-ass rocket over here and went to space. Instead of, hey, look, this is where we're gonna fire off a big-ass rocket into space.
Yeah.
That's when you go to somebody's house and it's empty and they're like, we're going to put a big old couch here. What do you think? And you're like, oh, that's going to be great.
Oh, if you book in advance, the tickets are only $49.
What?
now.
Only $49?
Yeah.
That's redonkulous. I'm not doing that. Not until you actually shoot something into space.
This is sad. If you're a resident of the same county, they only drop the price by like $10.
You're like, oh, if you live here, you get $5, right?
Oh, man. All
Yeah.
right.
So, with that, if you can hear us, just send us a beep. There's another little New Mexico space news, right?
Yeah.
So NASA technology is going to be launched from the New Mexico spaceport because we actually talked about it, and it looks like they're going to do something.
Cool.
Yeah. So you know what the technology is?
What?
You don't know?
No, I don't.
Well, what's going to happen is with this technology, and it sounds kind of silly. This is where I was kind of like, really? Okay. So they want to design something to protect like the spacecraft from heat and pressure when it enters the planet's atmosphere. So they're going to be launching it from the Spaceport America in New Mexico as part of the testing, right? What there is going to be a suborbital rocket being launched September 12th. So I'm hoping that, it'll happen. Where once the rocket reaches space, it's going to deploy an umbrella-like shield.
Oh.
So it's going to put an umbrella up. Boink. Yeah. So the shield is made out of woven carbon fiber and is supported by semi-rigid ribs. And NASA says it would allow exploratory spacecraft to basically, to make it, to be safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was kind of neat. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Mexico. New Mexico.
Kind of cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, but there's a picture of the NASA technology that's going to be launched from the New Mexico spaceport. So I will show you a picture of the spaceport. There you go. So, yeah, that's what we see whizzing by at like 60 miles an hour. Like, what is that thing?
Yeah.
So, I don't know what it's supposed to be from, like, if you look at it from on high, but from the ground it looks kind of strange. But, yeah, they're going to be taking part in launching stuff so that they can deploy this big umbrella. You know, like, oh, yeah, if you pop this umbrella, it should keep the heat off of you. Right? It's like, oh, so they're going to have this space parasol. I don't know. It just seems kind of silly. Like, yeah, we're going to create like a space elevator. Should be great. Like Willy Wonka. It's going to take you right into space. No, we got this like space umbrella. It's going to keep the heat right off of you. It's like, is it? It just seems like you're getting a little silly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, September 12th, if you're paying attention. So the shield is what they're calling it. This space shield thing.
Yeah.
Was designed and built by NASA's Ames Research Center in California. So as part of the launch, NASA will be testing other technology as well. But yeah, so New Mexico Spaceport's going to launch a space umbrella. It's going to be great.
Okay. Sure.
Yep. It seems kind of silly, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Like, hey, you guys see the space umbrella? What? Seriously? No.
I don't know. I just think we would invent different technology by
Nope.
now.
Space umbrella.
Okay.
That's all we need. It's a space umbrella. Yeah. I got a lot of stuff going on over here. I'm trying to show pictures and monitor everything and doing all that. And I can't tell if people can see what's going on or not. I would like to think that they're able to. Yeah. Space umbrella. Old man yells at cloud. Yes, that's true. Space umbrella. Okay, so that's actually for our New Mexico news. I thought that was actually pretty cool. So we've got a New Mexico scientist trying to talk to the one of the rovers up there. Mm-hmm. If you hear us, send us a beep. We got NASA technology going to be tested for the New Mexico spaceport, right?
Yeah.
Launch the space umbrella. So, you know, and I'm sure some of these people, you know, started out and not thinking. And see, here's the funny thing: New Mexico our national laboratories here, right?
Yeah.
And I think that in a lot of ways, though, New Mexico is sort of fallen off the technological advanced technology sort of reputation it had. I mean, A-bomb, all of that stuff, a lot of cutting edge technology is sort of, you know, developed and invented here.
Or maybe
it just seems like it's not that way anymore.
Or maybe it's just not on the radar right now. Maybe some of that innovation is still going on.
Maybe.
It's just there's other things like, I mean, spaceport is Elon Musk, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So it's probably whoever is the better hype man is getting the better attention. And having said that, do they really want as much attention on New Mexico? I think it's one of those things where New Mexico is weighing the pros and cons of being so public about stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
they could probably do with the Bigfoot Festival.
And Jimenez, probably. So.
Well, they actually supposed to have one, but
yeah.
I don't think anybody went.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Huh.
Seems kind of crazy.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep. But anyway, we here at the cheap. See, I can't. You got me doing it.
Sorry.
At the CreepGeeks podcast, we actually support small business, and I talked to this person before, and sort of, you know, say, hey, if you want to put something up here so people can know that you have a small business and things that you'd like to do, just let us know. And he was kind enough to actually put something together, so it's like an actual commercial.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm gonna play it so that you can hear it, and I hope he's like watching right now or listening, because it's going to sound kind of funny. So, but no, it's actually pretty cool. Okay, so Jay is a web designer, right? Mm-hmm. And he actually has his company, and it's basically yourwebdesigner.info is his website. He's offering a discount for web design / web page package for $115. You know what you get?
What?
It's a one-time fee. Get your domain name. You get a free month of hosting, and then it's $5 for hosting after that. So it's actually pretty cheap.
Yeah.
So what you get in the package is domain name. You get a custom web page, right? It's designed, and it's got your business information. So this is kind of like a business card, man. It's pretty cool. Your logo,
Yeah.
right? They'll design it, or if you don't have one, they'll do it for you. You get the hosting, and you get unlimited support via their ticket system. So if you have a problem, you can submit a help ticket.
Oh.
Yeah, that's really inexpensive. So I said, yeah, sure, man. So, and here's his, check it out. You ready?
Yep.
Here we make affordable custom websites for any business, projects, or promotion ventures you might be investing your time into. So let's make sure it's perfect. Yourwebdesigner.info. For more information, call 858-683-3657. Thank you.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was like, because he's like, yeah, I'm going to send you something. I just knew it was going to be like, I make websites. You should let me know. I was like, oh, that sounds pretty sweet, man. So, yeah, if you go to yourwebdesigner.info, there's a little bit of a little bubble there on the page, like a little word thing. Click it because it says CreepGeeks on it. Get a little discount. So I thought that was actually pretty cool.
I just tried to put the link in the chat.
Yeah.
And it told me no links in the chat. So.
Yeah, you can't do that. You're not allowed to put links in the chat.
So again, that's going to be www.yourwebdesigner.info.
Yeah. So
yep.
I can even show you.
Oh.
Yeah, because remember, I can share stuff now. It's a little wonky slightly because I'm working this. There we go. Bam. So let me show you. It looks pretty neat. Ready? Mm-hmm. Poink.
Oh.
There you go.
Cool.
So yeah, if you want to go to yourwebdesigner.info, check them out, man. That was pretty cool. He's actually probably in the chat right now. So if you want to ask him a bunch of inappropriate questions, you can certainly do that too. So yeah, no, I like that a lot. I was impressed. So there you go. CreepGeeks promotion right there.
Looking at the chat right now, and
nobody's in there.
Well, no. Dirk brought up something about Mr. Elon Musk. I don't think we're going to devote too much attention to that.
What? Because he was smoking weed with Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Prospero brought up that the space umbrella, as much as I'm like, some good reasoning. Space umbrella is designed with planets that have thinner atmosphere in mind. It will act as a heat shield and an air brake combined. That's the part I didn't consider, the whole air brake physics part. They need something like this for landing manned missions to Mars. So that is a great point. I didn't even think about the whole...
Well, I did. It's still silly.
Okay, well, thank you for that point.
Yes.
So, yeah. But,
very nice.
And Jay's in there. So if you guys want to ask him some questions, he's in the chat now and said thank you. So
you're welcome. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. So, yeah, just giving it a shot.
Yeah, and
I don't know if the space umbrella was designed by you. I don't know. I don't know where this is designed by or who actually designed it. I thought it was kind of silly. I mean, I get it. I totally understand why they're doing it. It's, but it just seems like we could do better, man.
Engineer James Early in 1989. However, the original design was vast, almost 2,000 kilometers wide in theory.
Wow.
Yes. So,
I guess better materials make that smaller.
Yeah. And then there was a September 2009 artist conception by James Webb. So, yeah.
Nice.
Interesting. Both of those people were named James.
Dun, dun, dun.
No, Greg has never jumped off the roof with an umbrella. We've thought about it, though. So
that's silly. Why would I do that? Silly.
Mary Poppins did.
Yeah.
So
that's Mary Poppins, man. She's a witch, bro.
She's not a witch.
Yes, she is. She went to Hogwarts and everything.
No, she did.
Did too. Have you seen the fan theory?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So, thanks.
Witch.
Now I'm going to have that in my head.
She's a witch.
Speaking of witches, we should probably amp up and start doing research for Halloween.
Yes.
I'm thinking witches, as well as here in New Mexico, they have something called Dia los Muertos, which is Day of the
Muertos.
Dead. And I was just trying to find some stuff to talk about, soon. And the only thing that made breaking news was that Disney World is coming out with Day of the Dead ears for their wolf.
For the mouse ears?
Yeah, for the mouse ears.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's about it.
Nice.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get some more material as things build up for the next big holiday.
Yes.
Yeah. Huh. Apparently Dirk has jumped off the roof with an umbrella.
I bet he has.
Yes.
How'd that work out for you, Dirk?
Hashtag experience. Pro tip, use the big beach umbrella.
Yeah.
Not the little ones. So. Oh. So, my little brother joined in. Hi. So, if you're having problems watching this, go directly to the YouTube app. You should be able to watch it.
Yeah.
The chat will be wonky, though. I'm just heads up. So.
Why is the chat wonky?
I just noticed that. I was looking at an Android phone as well as on my phone. Trying to get the chat and the live video to go sometimes is a little weird. So, yeah. Making friends internationally. Our friends are debating using grappling hooks instead of umbrellas. So, jump off the roof.
I don't think it would work, though.
Yeah.
Weird. All right, so anyway, we're about to, I think, finish the audio podcast.
Yeah.
Don't really got a whole lot more going on. I think we're about done with that. So, that's about all I got. You got anything?
Not really.
Cool.
Yeah, we did make the new CreepGeeks Facebook group, so definitely find that. That's going to be the place where you can submit content for use on the podcast,
Yes.
as well as if you have different ideas. Again, if you don't want to join the group, you can always reach out to us directly. Our email information is omi@creepgeeks.com and greg@creepgeeks.com. Business inquiries, those are going to go to contact@creepgeeks.com.
Yeah.
We do have links for our new t-shirts, and if you can check the front in front of my laptop, the new stickers are in.
Yeah, we do have those, the new
Yeah.
Bigfoot stickers.
We're hoping to actually get those in the store
Today.
Today, tomorrow-ish.
Okay, tomorrow-ish.
Yeah. It just depends on how long it takes to fill out that information and set up a Facebook store. If we don't set up a Facebook store, it might
Just do a DM.
Yeah, just send us a direct message
and we'll just figure it out from there.
Yeah.
Especially since it seems like things need to be complicated.
Yeah, Facebook is forcing you to fill out all sorts of information just to
Complicated stuff.
sell a sticker. So I get to
it's
the point
kinda
where I didn't realize my ordinary hiker store, even though I was listing items up through last week,
Yeah.
they shut the store down. So
That happens.
yeah.
Well, that's because you didn't give them all your tax information, so you don't
Yeah.
want to pay taxes. So, anyway, if you want one of those super cool stickers, send us a message. Use Messenger, Facebook Messenger, email, whatever. Let us know, and we'll figure it out from there. So, yeah, we're not that complicated.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
I mean, I have an Etsy shop, if anything, and it integrates with all the social media platforms now.
what?
Yeah.
Crazy talk.
So.
That's cool. Cool.
I like peanut butter.
I think we're going to go ahead and wrap this up.
Peanut butter, peanut butter. I like peanut butter.
So anyway, if you've been listening to the audio podcast, very much appreciated. And for those of you who are hanging around in the chat, stick around. We're going to continue this. So, yeah. Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, we're still here. Very nice.
Yeah. I'm just really tired today.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's just a worn out day. So, what are you doing?
I'm trying to get my shoes all situated.
So, what do we talk about during the after show?
I just like to talk to people and see what they think. You know, hey, did you see anything? Were you able to actually see what we were trying to show you? Was the quality good? That kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. That's really what I'm looking at. Just kind of know, hey, how'd it go? As far as like, you know, could you see us? Could you hear us? All that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
No? Anybody? Hello? So did the quality look good? I mean, when we put like a picture up from, you'll see I'm kind of cheating. I'm actually using an iPad as a second monitor and all this other, I mean, I don't want to buy another monitor. I don't want to have to carry it all around.
Yeah.
The whole goal is for this to be mobile. So eventually, hey, it's Brittany. So eventually, you know, we take this on the road and go somewhere that it'd be easy to use. So cool.
Yeah.
So YouTube seems to be the way to go. Seems to be working much better than the old Facebooks. I mean, the quality looks okay from what I can tell. I mean, you know, 1080 at 60,
Yeah.
which is good because that's actually what my camera's putting out. Whereas Facebook, I couldn't do 1080 at 60. Facebook would only let me do 1080 at 30. You know, and the software that I'm using will let me do software I'm using will let me do up to 4K. So, oh, good. Thank you very much, Mr. Prospero. All good. It worked well. All right. So you guys can hear and you can see. And okay, so Jay's getting it at 1080p. Very nice. Does it look good on the mobile devices like phones? I mean, it should look good on phones.
Yeah.
You know, that smaller screen.
I think my little brother was having problems.
Very nice, Mr. Hunter.
I don't know. So it says browser does not support HTML5 video. The only time I've seen that is if you're trying to open it from within the Facebook app. So if you are just
yeah, because it's
usually on the Facebook app, if you click on
you know, you can rotate your phone.
Yeah.
Rotate the screen.
There's an option in the Facebook app where you can actually open in Safari. So it's like, or open in YouTube. It's usually like 3 dots or a little dash mark on the
Well, he's going to have to use the actual YouTube app himself.
Yeah. So. Try to.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not sure what the iPhone resolution is using either. Okay, so Brian says, seeing what you see definitely enhances the show. Very nice. Visuals were good. Must be using IE or Edge.
Yeah.
Maybe. Rotate your phone, Brittany. See if it shows up. The audio is good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, there's only one problem that I have with being able to use what I'm using now to show everybody what we're looking at. Is if I fire up the audio, it creates this audio loop inception thing where it's not an echo. It's the same thing being repeated over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know how to fix that. I mean, I have an idea, but it's just going to require some configuration. Looks fine on your tablet. Very nice. Cool.
Yeah. Oh, and then
Much better. I'm too lazy to click on links.
Yeah.
Well, honesty, I guess.
And that's good because links don't seem to work in the chat part of the show. So, which kind of stinks because I was going to send you guys some links to like the t-shirts and stuff like that, but those
that may be on my end where I've got it locked down.
Yeah, those links are in the show notes in the description for this video, and you can always find those links on our Facebook page, as well as our blog site and stuff like that. So I don't know, and always just send us a message if you can't find something. Yeah.
Sweet.
But yeah, stickers are in the store.
Oh, so it looks good on the old 55-inch TV? Somebody's showing off. 55-inch TV.
So, yeah, so Jay mentioned links worked fine for him last episode. It might be something in the settings for this one before that we may not have checked or unchecked before we went live.
I think it's I don't think I made you.
Yeah.
I didn't make you a moderator.
Oh, okay.
So
Thanks.
maybe that's part of what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, okay. Because last time we actually we used CreepGeek, the YouTube channel, and not CreepGeeks YouTube channel.
And doesn't
so if you
actually
haven't
have
subscribed, you
more
need to
features.
subscribe. Otherwise, you won't see any notifications that we're going to do another show. And because notifications when we do the show is easy, because then you just click on the link, and it brings you right to it.
And if you're on this page right now, you can actually click the subscribe button, and then to the right of it, there's usually a bell.
Yeah.
Toggle or click on that bell to get notifications. Yeah. So. Huh.
Yes. So, I mean, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
We're making it work.
So. But yep, new stickers in front of my monitor. That's what they look like. Pretty good. So. Excited.
I do like them. They are pretty cool.
Yeah, and we did a commercial on this episode. If you are interested in a commercial or endorsing or sponsoring an episode of the podcast,
Well, we'll do a better commercial next time. I
Yeah.
mean,
Get in contact with us. So, yeah. Because I know another person has reached out to me about a commercial. So, today.
Well,
Yeah.
all right. Well, figure it out. Make it happen.
Yep. So. And, oh yeah.
I like how thick this sticker is, like really thick.
Yeah.
It's very nice. It's all vinyl and stuff. So,
Another thing is do follow us on Instagram as well as Facebook. I know Facebook is where everybody goes to, but we actually interact a lot on Instagram as well. And we're not that bad at taking pictures. So,
what?
yeah, we're not.
Let me see here.
Huh.
Very nice. That's kind of lame.
What? It's odd.
What?
What's lame?
I was looking at the Instagram page.
Oh. And what is the Instagram page?
Wow. It's that. This coffee's super tasty. Want some?
Lucky. A little. I'm kind of hungry right now. Still gotta finish making the bread though.
Yes.
Here you go. Yeah, that's not bad.
Want some more?
No, I'm good. Is that showing on everybody's screen right now? Because I
Yeah.
can't see it. Oh, there we go.
It just takes a second.
Yeah. And then I'm on there as the Ordinary Hiker. Right now I'm posting hiking pics as well as some of the different rocks I have. So, yeah, if you're a rock nerd, check out my Instagram. So,
What is it?
The Ordinary Hiker.
I don't know if I can get there from here.
There we go. All one word. So.
There it is.
Not chicken. Granted, Pepper, the little dog that sat on my lap for half this episode, she would have loved chicken for dinner. She eats chicken all the time. That's her thing. But it's beef stew and homemade bread. The bread has been rising during us podcasting. So hopefully now that it's risen, I can just throw it in a hot pan and throw it in the oven for about 17 minutes.
Hot pan.
Yeah. Apparently
Hot
that's the
pan.
key to preventing the middle of the bread from falling or something.
Yeah, it's gotta be hot.
Yeah. So,
Hot pan.
yeah. And I'm getting back into making bread all the time. The problem is if we decide to start traveling, I still want to make homemade bread because now that I've made homemade bread, which I thought I'd never do, like store bread tastes terrible. Well, except
Yes.
for two. Okay, so there's two store breads that taste great. One is the French bread from Sprouts, and the other is a couple of different grocery stores do it around here. It's a jalapeno cheese bread.
Jalapeno.
That's really good. So,
Jalapeno cheese
yeah.
bread.
And if you notice on that Instagram channel that just popped up, I hit 606 followers. So I need to I need to do a contest on my Instagram.
Yeah.
As well as this podcast.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, thank you. Thank you for following. So, yeah, probably sometime soon I'm going to do a little mini contest again. This time we'll have our ducks in a row, so no big giant delay in delivering the prizes to y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of streamlined it, signed up for some mailing accounts, so it won't be a headache. Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
See, that is cheating, Dirk. He mentioned that his lady got a bread machine. So, and you know what?
Does it cook the bread?
Yeah, he's like straight up cheating too easy. And I'm like, yeah. We don't have one of those. We do have a food dehydrator, but it's just too big and too noisy. My stepmom has a bread machine, and it's the same thing. It's too clunky, kind of heavy, and just too busy. So, yes. You really want one of these mukbang videos, don't you?
Dun, dun, dun.
So, yeah. Maybe I'll make a loaf before the next podcast and we can show you the bread goodness, because bread is wonderful. So.
Yes.
Oh, wow. So.
Yeah, look how nice mine looks.
Yeah.
It's nice.
You know what? Maybe we should do
it's nice.
Little endorsements of people on the podcast.
We can. We call them call outs.
Yeah.
Could have something to call out first. Yes.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yes.
Did you scroll like this for mine?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't see. I was too busy talking.
Very nice. Yeah, anyway.
Yep.
So that's cool. So it looks like this thing may actually work. I was surprised. So, I mean, it's been going for a little while. I mean, if they can see and they can hear, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
The sound I'll figure out. It's only a matter of time.
Who is this?
So, now I gotta look this mukbang thing up. It sounds like it's inappropriate.
No, they Spooner and Helena, they explained it.
Well, Brian says there's a ton of mukbang videos.
Yeah.
On the YouTubes. What do?
A large.
They binge eat
of a large quantity of food on camera. I don't think I could do that. I'm very self-conscious when I eat.
Lobster noodles and onion rings.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, but I mean, what's? I don't know. I guess I don't understand what the point is. The mukbang eating show on the YouTubes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. It's a lot of stock footage there.
Like, hi.
Okay.
There's a bunch of food.
Do they eat all of it?
I don't know.
Maybe fast forward. See, Dirk, that's what I thought too. But earlier in the podcast, they explained that mukbang is, eating a large quantity of food. I thought it was a Pokemon as well. So, yeah. When we move to our compound, eventually, my goal is...
That doesn't look like a lot of food. You know what? I guess I could show them, huh? I'm over here watching the video.
Yeah.
Hold on, guys.
Eventually, I want a bread machine or better bread making tools. For now, I'm fine making the little rustic one-off loaves often. So, see, Brian says the same thing. I don't know what the point is, but they get thousands of views. Kind of like the ASMR videos we need to start doing. Yeah.
Huh. No.
These people are finding a niche, and there's other people who want to watch them.
Well, okay, this has got 189,000 views, but I mean, they've got 325,000 subscribers.
Wow. Are there mouth noises? So.
I don't know. I guess they just eat and talk about stuff.
See, I can't do that. I'm a slow eater, and I'd have to talk with my mouth full, which is gross. So.
Huh.
Jacob. Jacob's like, getting views to see me stuffing my face? Sign me up. Well, you did just get a good little portable 4K camera. You could just mount it.
Strap it to your forehead, bro.
Yeah. Or mount it at one end of the table and just eat up. So okay, it looks like this whole mukbang thing is that they basically have a bunch of food and they just talk about something. Oh gosh.
And people just watch them eat while they're talking about something.
And we have 3 people now in the chat who want to start their own mukbang channel.
Go for it.
You know what's interesting? I would actually watch all 3 of you. Oh, and then Brian, you could take it to a whole nother level.
Whole nother level.
You could eat the food in the flatware that you make.
What?
Yeah, you could make yourself like a big giant coffee mug and just or like a big old platter or something. That would be really cool. Yeah.
Hold on. She says you don't have to eat a lot of food. Just do a normal sized meal. Okay, but I mean, I guess I don't understand what the point is. It's just to eat and basically bullshit about something?
Yeah.
Something maybe with some value, some kind of value to it?
It's almost like eating dinner with family around the table on Sunday, because we don't do that anymore. We live in a digital age.
Well, we do.
I'm not us.
That's something that we do. We do like a Sunday dinner where we actually make more food and eat more food than most people actually do.
Yeah.
As in, we actually make it and eat it instead of doing fast food. But Sundays, we try to do something like a roast or, like something big.
With the dogs.
Yeah, the dogs get, they get little plates, and it's just dumb, but it works. So.
And it's dog friendly, and it's, once a week.
Yes.
So, yeah. Though they did get a little bit.
Dog friendly. It's like... hey, you know what? They eat what we eat, because here's the deal. What did people eat before? What did people feed their dogs before there was dog food?
Table scraps.
Food.
Yeah. Yeah,
you basically, you fed the dogs and slopped the hogs, man.
Yeah.
It wasn't until somebody figured out that they could make cattle food work for dogs that they called it dog food. So, yeah, it's whatever. So.
Yeah. And see, Dirk,
usually gossip.
Yeah.
So
Dirk
get together
with
and
me, though. Yeah.
Gossip with somebody.
Yeah. And you know what? Don't worry, Dirk. Just like the last podcast episode, you're not the only one to have the Omni mistake.
Yeah. Be sure to subscribe.
Yeah.
Dirk, subscribe.
See, I gave Brian an idea. He was laughing about the whole eating.
I need 100
food.
Subscribers.
Yeah.
So I can change the name of whatever it is now to actually change it to CreepGeek.
Yeah, and now Brian's like, do a dog mukbang where it's just Pepper and Ben. There is a channel, though, on YouTube where all they do is pit dogs against each other on a spaghetti eating contest.
Yeah, that just sounds entirely too complicated.
But it's so stupid. Literally, they're just dogs sitting there in the kitchen, and they'll put a plate of plain spaghetti in front of both of them, and they'll see which one eats it first. And you'd think that's the stupidest thing, but it's actually kind of cute. This one German Shepherd, he was like the reigning champ against like his brother dog and like some neighbor dogs for a while. So yes, garlic is bad, but it was plain spaghetti noodles. And there are some herbs that are actually really good for dogs.
Who says garlic's bad?
So garlic, that was a jump to conclusions.
Garlic's not bad for dogs. It's raw garlic is bad.
Raw garlic.
It's like raw onion is bad. A little tiny bit of garlic is actually good for their breath.
Yeah, and it's also
not bad for them.
Works as repellent.
Like a little tiny little bit, like not like like a clove. You don't want them eating
a clove.
Yeah, because I wouldn't want to eat a clove of garlic by myself either. So, I mean, if they have a little sprinkle of garlic, whatever, it's not going to kill them.
Yeah. So, and we stay away from things like grapes, onions.
Yeah, grapes are bad.
Yeah. Too much onion is bad for them.
Yeah, uncooked onion, raw stuff is really bad.
Raw cabbage is bad for them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And the only reason why raw cabbage is bad is because it gives them gas.
And their little systems aren't equipped to handle gas as well as ours.
Because most dogs aren't able to run it out. So.
Well, Dirk, because you're crazy. That's why you'll eat a clove of garlic.
gross.
You know, there's a garlic festival here in New Mexico.
So?
I know. It's like a lavender and garlic festival.
Yeah, because that's...
Two things you want going together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we do mukbangs for the dogs, but we just don't put them on camera. It's usually...
We don't call them mukbangs. We just call it dinner.
Yeah. So... Yes, Dirk, there is a garlic festival here in New Mexico. There's also one in
There's a festival for everything
California.
here.
Yeah.
You know?
Food on a Stick Festival is next here in New Mexico. Food on a stick. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's kind of lame. You're like, oh, macaroni festival is going to be great. You go pay like $100
$65, yeah.
to eat macaroni. It's like, I don't know. I'm not really a food festival guy.
Well, like one of our friends, he took his kid and his wife to an ice cream festival. And you pay X amount to get in the door. They give you like 3 or 4 tokens, right? But then seriously, after the second token of ice cream, you're like, do I really want to sit here and eat ice cream all day?
Yeah.
I mean, even as a little kid's like, oh, tummy, you know? So. Oh, yes, Dirk.
This mukbang's not even live.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do these mukbangs have to be live?
I think some of them are. But yes, like the Grilled Cheese Festival, we also had one of those here in New Mexico. So the cool thing is there are some things out here that I think go great with grilled cheese, like green chilies, and just random inventive Southwest flavors. That's not too bad. But really, if I have 1 or 2 grilled cheeses, I'm kind of done. You know?
Oh, wow. I just came across us.
Really?
Yeah. So looking at the mukbang thing, and there we are right here.
Cool.
So where it says live now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, what does that look like? That looks like us. I'm like, oh, it is us. So that's cool.
That's the point that Greg was speaking to, Helena. Garlic is used in brewer's yeast tablets as a repellent for fleas.
Yeah, that's what she says.
Yeah, that's one of the little home remedies for treating fleas.
Something else you can use for treating fleas, apple cider vinegar.
Yep.
You know, they do that for cattle and all that stuff too, where, you know, they put it in the oats that they eat, you know, little cow food. And when they sweat or whatever, the vinegar, you know, kind of comes out. It's supposed to be good for them too.
Can't
Keeps them
really
healthy.
convince Pepper to do that though.
No.
Ben does, because Ben doesn't mind a little bit of fruitiness in his diet because he's an actual omnivore.
Yeah,
like
Ben
dogs
doesn't
are
care.
supposed to be.
He'll eat whatever.
Pepper though, if it's
Pepper's a little meat eater.
yeah, if it's got a vegetable or fruit in it, no. The vet tried to give her a super fancy pumpkin treat, and she turned her nose away.
Yeah.
Like she snubbed the vet tech. I was kind of embarrassed.
She gets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Cool. All right, you guys got any questions for us? Because I started this beef stew at like 12, and actually no, 11. 11?
Yeah.
So yeah, it should be about done.
Yeah.
It's time for dinner time. So maybe we'll do one of those mukbang things where we just eat a big ass pizza. Well, I like pizza.
I'll have to go get some
That's on you.
Lactaid or something.
There you go. You get some Lactaid.
Oh,
I mean, eat 3 pizzas.
I know you can.
Like bang chow, mukbang.
See, I want a Chinese food mukbang.
Whatever.
I would love that.
We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
So, I mean, is this... I don't know if it's common or not.
Well, that's cool. The name of the podcast, 12 Monster Myths, Creepy Denver Airport, and New Mexico Space News, 12 watching now. So.
Yeah.
Aww.
Is there a crying mukbang?
Brian, don't say that.
Because I'll start filming. Oh, I know.
Great, we'll do a team mashup, Brian.
Yeah.
So.
Very nice.
No, we are not going to stay live for that. Plus, I still have to get the bread started. I have to start preheating the oven.
That's not done?
No, it's not. It's still rising. And I still have to preheat the oven.
Mojo rising.
I will walk away right now.
Got to keep on rising.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mojo. All right, so we're going to play you out with some music. I wrote this song. Actually, I didn't write it. It's a remix.
You hush.
Peanut butter. I like peanut butter. Peanut fucking butter.
Hey, don't cuss.
You know something what to do?
Got
All right,
on me
hey.
about cussing.
No, I got on you about being a racist. All right. So anyway, we'll see you guys later. Peanut butter. I like peanut butter. All right, so we'll see you again on Sunday. Bicycle.